Pretty Vibes. It's your girl Wanda and Denisha, and we're sitting pretty drinking our wine.
And today we'll be discussing the ins and outs of being single versus being in a relationship. We will hear her love story, and you will hear my fun story.
Yeah, so if you don't know, I have been in a relationship for 3 years now. We have 3 beautiful children together. One of our kids is, my daughter from a previous relationship. He has a son from a previous relationship, and we have our little sour patch that we made together. So family of 5 all wrapped up with a little bow on it. But before we get into our little lovey-dovey stories, let's go ahead and hear some of those fun stories.
Fun girl.
Yeah.
For me, I've been single since May 2018. I've been legally single since May 2019.
Wait, pause. Legally?
Yes, legally. I have been married. It was someone that I was in love with.
Maybe.
Something like that. I don't know, I felt like it was love there, but in reality it really wasn't love. It was not the best relationship I've ever been. We had a horrible relationship. We had a terrible breakup and an even worse divorce because it took a fair sign of divorce papers, but that will be a different story.
Oh, yeah. We definitely going to have to come back to this.
Yeah. So, for me as a single life, I am almost 30, so I feel like at that age, the good men, I can't say all good men are taken, but I mean, pretty much when you see people get married, you see the ones that's been in high school for years, got kids together, get married. So sometimes I get kind of discouraged, but I know he is out there.
I'm gonna say this: don't get discouraged, because a lot of the times those married men that's been together since high school is
full of shit.
Still jumping in my inbox, and I'm happily in a relationship.
Your inbox, my inbox.
So I mean, they hopping around like some little frogs.
But on that note, that is very true. I have been on a couple dates, and one of the most things that bothers me the most is that they are mostly not the ones I went on dates with. The guys I went on dates with are absolutely single. I am not looking for someone else, man. I don't want no one in a relationship. I don't want no one engaged. I don't want no one married. But it seemed like that's the main thing that come in my inbox.
I have a question.
What's that?
Have you ever talked to anybody that was in a relationship?
Ever in life? Yes, I have. When I was in college, I did. I did talk to someone that was in a relationship. I absolutely hated the girlfriend. So I kind of did it like on a, just being a mean person. I did. And then they eventually broke up because of, I kept popping up. And then he had the nerve to actually ask me to be his girlfriend. I'm like, no, why would I be your girlfriend knowing that you was cheating on your girlfriend for me? But I don't know. That's how some guys' brain work. I don't know. But what's disgusting to me and make me not even really want to give too many guys chances, or really any guy, I'm really scared, basically, like, off my past relationship. But like I said, also married men. I have this one guy, older married man, with, I think they got like 5 or 6 kids together. Beautiful wife. I don't, everybody had their own troubles, but outside looking in, trust me, do not believe them pictures, do not believe them posts, do not believe them videos, because they do not be happy. And, like, what pissed me off the most about him was on her birthday. Her birthday was, like, last week.
Yeah.
He gave her birthday shout-out on, because me and him are friends on Facebook and Snap. He gave her a birthday shout-out that morning, and, like, literally at 2:30 that evening, hit me up, asking me what I was doing. Like, the one day is all about her.
Gonna still jump in your inbox.
You're gonna jump in another woman's inbox. Like, stuff like that. That's when I say discourage me. That's what I mean. Like, things like that discourage me, because you don't do people like that. If you feel like you are married and you're just not happy, you don't want to be in that, then just let it go.
Yeah, just leave.
Let her be happy, because really, I know if he's in my inbox, I know he's in other people's inbox. And I know she know. Women, we know.
Yeah.
So I know she's not truly happy. And it's like you need to owe it to yourself to be happy. And then on other notes, I dated this guy I met December 2018. We didn't make it official or anything like that. But I met him. So I'm not going to lie, I fell in love with him. We was doing an on and off thing for for a year.
Yeah.
Well, almost a year anyways. We kind of stopped talking like September, November. But Foul head over here for him. Talked on the phone. He was in Houston because he was in the Army. So we, I love conversation. So we always had good conversations, stuff like that. He turned out to be a complete asshole. He'll call me, like, if I'm out. First of all, I'm single. Let's make that clear. He'll call me when I'm in a club or a bar or whatever. If I'm out, he's like, you need to go home now. I'm like, wait, what? He's way in Texas. And at this time, I remember one instant I was way in North Dakota. And I went to a bar. I had, like, been working my ass off down there. And went to the bar the last weekend we was there. And he was like, you need to leave now. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? You need to leave the bar, blah, blah. And, like, he asked, I hung up. He actually called back and was like, you left yet? I'm like, no.
Oh, he tripping. He tripping.
And I was willing to even take it that far with him. He is a guy that had met my kids. And I don't play that. But the kids, like, I didn't know he was that guy.
Yeah.
The kids had heard me and him on the phone. He knew about the kids. So they wanted to meet each other. And I eventually let them meet. And he turned out to be a complete dick.
The opposite of really what it is.
But
he
was just a a-hole.
Yeah.
And, so single life, it has its pros and its cons. I feel like what I like the most about being single, being in that relationship, I felt trapped so much. I really couldn't go anywhere. If I went anywhere, he would still be calling me, like, starting crap with me because he knew I was trying to go have a good time. So he would always end up ruining my night anyway. So for me, being single the whole 2019, I got to do things I didn't do because I was with him for almost 5 years. So, I got to go places and do things and not have to worry about somebody calling me, ruining my day, starting arguments with me. I partied a lot in 2019.
Yeah.
I can say I enjoyed
definitely lived up the single life. So yeah.
In 2019. But it is so scary, because I done had fiancés hit me up and then like the next day, his fiancé was on there like, oh, I can't wait to get married to him. Like, that stuff is crazy.
That is very scary.
It is.
It is very scary.
And that's like getting into a relationship. That's like one of the biggest fears. I don't want to be a laughing stock. I don't want to post my man and females like, girl, he was just in your inbox, or, oh my God, I feel so bad for her, because that's how I feel when I look at these things. Like, I'm like, dang, I really feel bad for her, and I be wanting to say something, but that's not my place to say.
And I kid you not, because there's so many, literally so many people I know who's engaged or in a relationship, and I'm in a relationship myself, and to be honest with you, just being able to see that how everybody else is being done, it make you question, your own relationship, and that's sad, but it's true, because I see literally so many people who claim they're so in love with each other. I mean, he could post her, she could post him, it could be like all of this lovey-dovey stuff, and it's really not there. And so then it definitely makes me question my own relationship. But that's when it comes, when you're in a relationship, it's just, you got to have that trust. You got to have that communication. You got to have that bond. And I'm learning now that it's not my place to worry about if he's happy. It's not my place to worry about if, he's doing what he's supposed to do. My job is to keep me happy. And as long as I'm happy, then I can keep my household happy. You know what I mean? It's not his job to make me happy. It's not my job to make him happy. My job is to keep myself happy. His job is to keep himself happy, and then we can meet in the middle. Period.
So what do you mean when you say that?
I say this like, if I'm doing everything in the world to make him happy, I'm not going to be happy. I don't like sitting up playing the game until 3 o'clock in the morning. He can do that all night long, but that's what makes him happy, That don't make me happy. He's not going to want to sit there and listen to me read every poem that I done wrote since 1902. You know what I mean? Because it's just not what makes him happy. We support each other, we love each other, and we meet in the middle. So it's like, when I say that if I'm doing everything to make him happy and I'm not happy, then our relationship is going to fall apart, because I'm not going to do what's needed to do in order for me to grow, in order for me to genuinely have a smile on my face. My kids are going to see that, and he's eventually going to feel it, and we're going to fall apart. And see, my problem was, in our relationship, I'm not going to be one to, pull out all of our business. However, I will say this. In the beginning, I felt like I was pressuring him to strictly make me happy. Do everything to make me happy. And it's not about you being happy, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a girlfriend, so you automatically supposed to be happy. It's not like that. what it's like is I need to find myself, I need to be happy for myself, and he needs to do the same. And if we're both happy, then when we get together, it's gonna be a happy house. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people get wrong, is because everybody is trying to make everyone else happy, that they're forgetting to make themselves happy. So that's one thing that I've learned in my relationship, especially with seeing everybody else's relationship, especially when, watching social media, because that's where everybody go off of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, because I've seen some people get engaged and I'd be like, dang, I wish that was me. I wish, oh, look how he did that. That ring is cute. Or I see family picture, I'm like, oh, I wonder if we can all do that. Knowing dang well, my man ain't about to get in this onesie. Like, you know what I mean? But hey, it'll be cute. So it's just, everybody is in competition with one another, not realizing what they have is way better. Because she in that onesie with him, when they close them doors, this dude is in my inbox, is in my friend's inbox. Hell, it's trying to get at my family members. It's like little stuff like that, where I don't know, it just makes you, it comes back to trust, it comes back to friendship, it comes back to loyalty and honesty. And that's what I hold, when it comes to being in a relationship with myself. Now, when it comes to spicing things up, now that before I even say something about, what about loneliness? How do you spice things up at the end of the night when, just for yourself? Because I can say that whenever I get home, we try different, we do different things. I'm a total, like, look, behind closed doors is behind closed doors.
A lady in the street.
Yeah, that's, look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But now when you're going home by yourself, how do you feel? Like, do you want to be with somebody at night? Because I know that you said that you have all of these trust issues, which I'm working on myself, especially with the trust stuff. But give me your side.
I don't know. Like, to me, what makes me feel better when I'm going home by myself, if I feel any type of loneliness, is just to know that, hey, at least you're going home by yourself and not laying up with someone that you're not happy with, who's not happy with you. So that's how it is. Now, if I get too lonely, I will go, go on a date, or I'll go out or something like that. But other than that, I don't know. That's just the only thing that keep me away from having that relationship fever, I guess I would say. Because, some people don't like to be alone. Some people are scared to be alone. I'm not. Because since I've been single, I have built myself. I'm confident with myself. I actually take myself out to eat. I've been to a bar by myself. I'm just that comfortable with myself now. And so being lonely don't bother me. The only time that I get like to where I was like, oh, I wish, I had a man, is the holidays. I mean, because you got your Thanksgiving, you got your Christmas, you got New Year's, you got Valentine's Day.
And then it's all back to back to back.
Yeah, and then like after that, it's summertime. Most people break up during summertime anyway, because the little shorts and thongs and all that's coming out. So that's about the only time that I get to where I'm like, oh, because I look at the pictures, people, relationship
again,
pictures.
Again, it goes back to social media.
Yeah, so I have to just tell myself, like,
but do you ever see yourself wanting to get married again? Like, wanting that long-term relationship? Because I know my dream, I've always dreamed of that happily ever after. I didn't grow up seeing that. I didn't grow up seeing, a family with the mom and the dad and the marriage. I didn't grow up seeing any of that. I never knew what any of that was. So now it's more so like I want to provide that not only for my kids but for myself, because I feel like I deserve it. And I want that happily ever after. I want the husband, the house on the hills, the white picket fence, and the dog playing in the yard by the swing set. I want that fairy tale story, period. And I deserve that. But I understand as well, when you get married and when it's not for the right reasons, or when, which by the way, y'all, check out a couple more videos that's coming up. I don't know which one it's going to be, but we're definitely going to get into details about your marriage. But even after that, do you have hopes to get married again?
I do want to get married again eventually.
Yeah.
I'm just
taking it slow right now.
Yeah, I have to take it very slow. I actually met a couple good, let me say two. I actually been on a date with two very good guys. My thing is with that I need to work on. I'm just addicted. Like, I'm not, okay, let me not say addicted. I'm just attracted to just hood dudes. Like,
yeah.
I like a dude that came from a struggle. They don't necessarily have to be hood dudes because some dudes turn out to be very professional men.
Yeah.
But I want to be with somebody that came through something. There's somebody that broke through because to me, those are fighters.
And not only that, they'll be able to understand what you've been through. Yeah.
I cannot, like this one guy I was talking to. He's cool. He's cool. Me and him still associate with each other. But he's privileged. You know?
He's a spoiled brat.
So, like, when me and him talk, I can't talk to him about things I want to talk to a man about. Like, me and him actually talked about some goals or whatever. He's a great guy. You know, he wants the wife. He got the great job. He, you know what I'm saying? We talk about stuff like that. But from where I came from and where he came from, we would never relate.
Yeah.
And for me, I mean, some people like the opposite. For me, I don't like that. I don't like that, you know, my dad is good to me. I can call my dad for anything. But hey, that's what I'm seeing. When I'm in a relationship, my dad don't play that. Like,
you shouldn't.
My dad believes the man is a man. Yeah, and that's it. So, like, I know how it is to be on my own without daddy when I'm in a relationship. With him, he has his family. He grown, you know, he got a great job and all that. But daddy helped him get everything, like the job and all that. So, like, when we talk about things, I don't like to feel like I'm being looked down on.
Like, dang, you had to do this.
Yeah, like I don't like that. And he's really a good guy, but that stops me from
being who you really are.
Yeah, and I can't cross that line with him.
Yeah.
At all. And then, like, the other two guys I was talking about that was really nice. One of them, he's a great provider. He came, you know, he did a couple things for me. But he's a bragger.
Yeah.
Girl, you go on his social media, which Nene, when she see this, she'll know who I'm talking about. He gets on social media. He just brags about his career. He brags about what he can do for a woman and all that kind of stuff. I don't like that. Because whatever a man gives me is extra because I work.
Yeah.
So all my bills going to always be paid. I don't need a man. So whatever you give me is extra. And he's just one of those people that feel like he can give the woman the world. And he will broadcast that.
Yeah.
And then the other nice guy, he's just a drunk. I hate if you see this. But he is. He's a drunk. And I got a DUI. I done totaled a car from drinking, you know. So I can't be with someone that's a drunk.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm trying to elevate myself.
While you're speaking on drinking, I'll take a sip of wine.
but we're not getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, he drinks all the time. If you go on his social media, he's always drunk. And for me, trying to work on not drinking that much, that's not where I need to be.
Yeah.
Like, at all. So, that's what I've been battling with my single life. Yeah. So, just, I don't know. I guess for you, just tell us, what do you think is important? I know you said trust.
Trust, communication. Screaming it out loud. Communication. Because I honestly feel like if y'all can't talk, then it's not no stuff. Like, we can have issues, we can have our ups and we can have our downs, but we should be able to, at the end of the night, talk about it.
Before you go to bed.
Exactly. And that is one of the main things, especially when you're in a relationship. You have to be understanding and you have to be forgiving. Don't just get in a relationship just for social media, just so you can post those pictures and, you know, make those comments and stuff, because there's bad that come with it. And I don't care what nobody say. It's always going to be those bad days. It's always going to be those days where you break up with them, because I probably break up with my boyfriend 48 times a day just because he playing the game. But it's like, you know, it's just little stuff like that. Like, things happen, you know. Y'all have to be able to fight through it and literally go in it looking for the marriage. You know, go in it looking for this happily ever after. You want that. Well, I do, at least, you know. And that's just what it is.
So, because you bring up the game a lot.
Yeah.
So, what do you feel like you can do when he's playing the game? What do you do?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I sit in there with him because that's what he loves to do. That's what makes him happy. So I'm not gonna knock him for that because he could be out in the streets. Mm-hmm. So I would rather him playing the game till 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning for all I care. He could fall asleep on the couch playing that damn game. Exactly. Other than doing other things. As long as I know he's home and he's safe, then hey, go ahead, play with your friends. Go ahead. Just don't yell at the TV and wake them kids up, because then that's on you. But I'll go in there sometimes. I'll sit there and I'll laugh with them and I'll just be like, you know, you losing. After this game, you're gonna be done. Let's watch a movie. But then I have other stuff outside too that goes with what I said before. It's about making yourself happy. Now, making me happy will be just seeing him happy and playing the game. He loves that, so go for it. And during the meantime, I write. I'm in school. I have a business, so I'm working on that. I always have something that I can do other than, just sitting there. Now, I do have my days, though. I do nag. You can definitely ask him. But you can ask any man that's in a relationship that's constantly playing the game. You can't, if your girlfriend not nagging on you at least once, maybe she cheating.
She got somebody else.
She got somebody else. Exactly. Because it's just, I don't know, it's just something, you want that attention, you're going to need that attention, you're going to need that affection, you're going to need that love. And I don't know, I guess I've been in so many bad relationships, and to be real with you, starting out with the relationship that I'm in, it was definitely rushed. Because at the time, I was getting over a relationship, and he wanted a one night stand, and I heard he had money. just being real. Honestly, and it's crazy because now we talk about it all the time. We make jokes about it all the time, especially because, our son just turned 2. We have a house, we have businesses together. Like, we've grown so much, and we've learned so much about each other. So it's funny that, every now and then we'll look at each other and be like,
y'all started off wrong.
Yeah, we started off wrong. Like, everything was rushed. We moved in together fast. I got pregnant fast. Everything happened so fast. But now I could literally look at him and be like, okay, I would rather go through all those bad days. I would rather start over with that versus, be unhappy or just have those moments knowing that at the end of the day, I do feel secured. I do feel safe. I do feel loved. And my kids are happy. My kids are safe. So it's just knowing that sometimes fairy tale stories don't have that white picket fence. Sometimes, it's just that. It is. It's
the real world.
It's the real world, and he not gonna want a white picket fence anyway. He gonna want a different type of fence. But like, that's just what it is, and that's just what, like, being single. I know how it can be. You be lonely some nights, but sometimes you have to take that time to just learn who you are, because you can't be the best for somebody else. You can't call yourself a wife. You can't call yourself a mother if you can't call yourself you. You know what I mean? So if you're not taking care of yourself, how can you take care of somebody else? How can you provide a household like a woman is supposed to, or a wife is supposed to? So that goes back to all the way in the beginning when I stated, my job is to make me happy. It's to do what I love. And everything else will fall behind it. So.
That is true. And I will say on that attention thing, because my ex used to always be like, you want attention, but that's just women, period.
Exactly.
You have to give your woman some attention. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. I don't care what it is. You have to give her attention because that's what we want. And if you don't give us the attention we need, I'm not gonna say that some women do cheat off of it, but some women will, if they get that extra attention from not someone at home, they not necessarily have to cheat with them, but it might be a little flirting going on.
Yeah.
Because that's just naturally women want attention.
That's just how it is. And it's not hard to, give a compliment. Or just little stuff like that. And that's one thing I can say with the relationship that I'm in now versus relationships in the past. Like, in the past, it just wasn't there. I wasn't getting what I needed. Now, it comes to the point where, like, he can be playing the game all day, but then he'll pause the game and he'll walk in the room while I'm doing homework and be like, oh, I love you. Or, like, give a compliment while I'm looking a hot-ass mess. Or, like, something else. Yeah, something else. But, it's just, we're learning to balance each other. We're learning to understand each other. We're learning to actually just be each other's strength, as well as, take on each other's weaknesses and hold on to it. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's how a relationship is supposed to be. I do have my jealous moments because I still have my insecurities. I still have things that I'm learning from, that I'm growing from. I had a horrible life growing up. So that's just what that is. And he's understanding to that. He knows how women are. He grew up with nothing but women. So he understands how they are. He understands how their emotions are. And, some days he's like, he don't want to hear it. but he's understanding to it, and he's willing to put in forth effort. And then that's the same thing with me. But at the same time, that's how a relationship works. You have to be able to want it and actually fight for it. And that's why, single life is nice, especially when you can go out and party and stuff. But it's nothing, and I'm not knocking you for being single, or anyone for being single, but it's nothing like coming home to someone who is just for you, who is just for you. Now, if y'all know something I don't know, please leave your comments below. Because I kill y'all.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I am single. I am not single because, I just can't find anyone. Trust me, I have definitely had a couple guys ask me to be and everything. I just, at this point in my life, I need something real. So I'm not going to waste anyone's time.
Because that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve. You deserve real. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve all of that. I need to get phone calls with you laughing over the phone. You know how you call somebody and you can tell when they smiling? I need to get those.
Yeah. So
because that's what you deserve.
Most definitely. So, before we go or anything, is there something you would like to, advise?
My advice would be to understand your flaws, understand your weaknesses, understand what you want, and write it down. And then everything that you write down, pray over it. And then don't go out looking, don't go out searching, don't do that, because you're going to run into the devil. Because he knows what you wrote
on that list.
And he know what you want. He know what it is. Allow God to bring that man to you. And that's what's crazy, because I kid you not, in 2017, I got out of this horrible breakup with my daughter's father. It was literally the worst thing ever to me at that time. And so at the beginning of the year, I wrote out a letter. This is why I kid you not, I still have the letter. I wrote out a letter. I prayed over it. And then New Year came in. I was hospitalized due to a brain tumor and seizures, and there was just so much going on. So I got out the hospital on the 22nd, and I came down here. One of my friends, I couldn't even drive, so one of my friends came and got me, brought me down here, and I went to go eat at Applebee's, our favorite restaurant. And Kendall, he seen me, and I didn't know who he was. I didn't see him or anything. And he ended up writing me on Facebook, and we ended up linking up. And it's crazy because it was really supposed to be just this one night thing. Because I had a house, I had a job, I had a car. I had so much back in North Carolina where I was staying at the time. But it was like everything that I wrote on that letter, that was him. And it's crazy because I ended up leaving everything, and here we are now. And just thinking about it now, I didn't even think about it until now. It was literally everything in that list. So I definitely say, go for it and don't settle. Never settle. If you're in a relationship and you're not happy, speak up on it. Don't hold your tongue, because you're going to always be unhappy. And don't nobody need to be in a relationship where they're not happy. You need to speak up on it and just put in work. Do you have any any relationships? Any advice for all of my single people? Or people in relationships that's married and not happy? Just anything.
I will say this. I have been going through a little thing. I'm just trying to, mold my mind different. And what is one thing that I've been sticking with is you control the energy that's around you.
Yes.
So for all my single women, like she said, don't settle. If you are not liking the vibes that he's bringing to you, the guy that you're dating, the guy that because now in the world we live in, you have to start the talking phase. Yeah. You have to be talking. Oh, we've been talking. But in reality, a real man is not, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get to know each other. Yeah. So that's why I don't even say talking. I say dating.
Yeah.
Because that's how I feel. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say talking. That's for high school kids. But if he make you feel any type of way, like I said, the vibes is off, the negativity is there, then you control that. Mm-hmm. It's nothing to block. My friends know I will block someone in a second. Yeah. And I will. I'm good at that. I'm the block queen. My block list is very long. If I get anything off you, if I see any signs that I don't like, especially any aggression, like anything aggressive or just controlling, I block you. I definitely feel like that's a good thing. You shouldn't feel bad. Being single, some people try to make you feel bad, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. They try to give them sad stories, or they make you feel like you owe them something, do something for you.
But you would rather be single than in a relationship
to do any of that stuff. And as far as like the guys that have, gifts and money and stuff like that, I never, I don't ask. This is stuff that they do on their own. And I don't ask because simple fact, like, I don't want you to feel like I'm not, first of all, you give me stuff anyways. I don't owe you anything. Mm-hmm. If we're not in a relationship, I don't owe you a thing. So if you decide to give me money and you decide to buy me things, that is on choices. You. That's things that you do. Now, what I am very honest with them. I let them know straight up, like, I'm not ready. And I tell that to any of them that ask me to be in a relationship, or any of them that are like, oh, no, I'm not ready. And either they accept it or they don't. If they really like you, they will accept that and they will try harder or work with you on it. But I would say, as being single, if you're looking for a relationship, do not go in for the wrong reasons. Love yourself first. You need to be comfortable with yourself, because if you are lonely and you're just sad about being lonely, you will jump into any relationship. And 9 times out of 10, if you are that person, it's going to be a terrible relationship. Yeah. And if you are a person like me, that back in the day, I didn't give up. I hate the start of a process. Like, I hate starting over. You got to get to know each other. You got to tell them the same lies again, Yeah. You got to be extra. I hate starting over and being extra again. So I always try to make my relationships last as long as I could. But then that's your downfall. If it's not working, it's not working. Yeah. So for all my single ladies, just enjoy your time being single. Love yourself. Do things that make you happy. And trust me, he will come along. If you think it's the guy that's your dreams and it's not working, cut it off, because wasting first 2-3 months versus 3 years, 4 years is a long time to waste. Exactly. So that would just be my advice and my message to all the single ladies out there.
And if y'all have any messages, period, any advice that you can share to someone else, man or female, then leave it in your comments below, because trust me, we would love to read it ourselves. I mean, if you have any relationship tips on how to keep things spicy, how to keep things, on the roll, or anything, single, if y'all know any nice men. No, but definitely, if y'all have any advice that y'all would like to share with us or share with anybody else, please leave your comments below. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your boyfriends, your husbands, your wives,
definitely,
just anybody.
So
exactly, so that way the point can be across. Definitely, like, share, and comment. But that's it for me. So if you have anything else?
Well, I would definitely like to tell them that our next video, which one are we going to do? The how to get over a breakup?
How to get over a breakup.
Or bad relationships. Maybe bad relationships and how to get over.
You know what? How about y'all leave it in the comments below? Would y'all rather hear how to get over a breakup after you've literally been torn to shreds? Clearly, because we've all been there. Or, what was the other one?
Bad relationships. Just being in a bad relationship. I guess that can actually go
together. So, we can wrap it all up in one, and then we'll do that for our next video.
So, our next video will be how to get over a bad breakup.
So, so tune in. Next Sunday at 6, we'll be posting, and we look forward to just sharing with y'all. So, just remember to keep it pretty. Bye.